And the games begin.
Yes, they do.
Here with Off Trail with Luke and Chandler. I'm Luke.
I'm Chandler.
And we are off trail. What an exciting day.
Dude, I am pumped.
Here at Bushwhackers,
Stoked.
we have the beginning of Park Madness.
Yes, we do.
The official matchups, the games, the voting begins today.
Dude, we're in for a month of insanity here.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to see the results of day one, see what brackets get busted.
Dude.
I mean, it's going to be a good time.
I'm kind of worried.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to win.
I do too.
Yeah. But everyone listening at home may be wondering what we're talking about. And we are talking about our new Park Madness Bracket Challenge that we are running this month. And this idea came about because it's March, and typically people associate March Madness with month. And a lot of people maybe not be into basketball, and we obviously we run in a community that centers around outdoor activities, photography, what have you, and had this idea that we should do March Madness, but with the national parks.
Yeah. I've never seen anybody else do it. So
never. This is our thing.
Yeah.
And if anyone takes it, I swear to God. But we are running Park Madness. So Park Madness is like a normal March Madness bracket style type of event. You could fill in your bracket of the matchups that were randomly chosen to fill out the bracket, and you pick a winner and everything, and there's points for every round, every correct winner that you predict. And we're just going to see who ends up getting the most points. You know? If you're listening and watching at home, by the time this video is out, unfortunately, it is too late for you to enter because we had to stop the entries at some point.
Yep. Entries
ended this previous Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Mountain Time. And today, Monday, I don't know the date because we're recording ahead of time, is the first day of voting on the first rounds.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this today or any time really throughout this month of March in the year of 2023, we are deciding all the games now, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So with that, we want to talk a little bit about our brackets and what we expect to happen from this.
Yeah.
Which will be fun.
Yeah.
But first, before we go anywhere, we got to talk about our new shirts.
Yes, we do.
We, if you are watching, will notice we have our new sunset shirts.
Oh, yeah.
That we are wearing today.
This one is,
it's
good.
It's a comfy shirt.
It's a good one,
I understand a lot of people don't know because, a lot of people won't be buying products right away. But this shirt's soft.
It's so soft.
I hiked in this shirt this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
no
great
wonder you smell.
Yeah. That's actually just the natural musk of the shirt. But no, it's a great shirt.
Yeah.
Highly recommend getting this one. I think it looks clean.
It's super clean.
Which is good.
Yeah.
So definitely go check this out. And because we launched this with Park Madness, you can use code Park Madness, all one word, on our shop for 15% off. And this discount applies all month. So please go on there, use that discount to your full advantage.
Yeah, have at it.
And it works not only on this shirt, but our entire shop. So have fun.
Yeah.
We hope you guys get something. If you do, please share it on social media. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
We'll share you on our pages and stuff. And yeah, be a good time.
Yeah.
So use code Park Madness for 15% off on our shop all month of March while the entire games are going on. April 1st, it's gone. So use it now.
Yep.
So, all right, let's get into this. And I guess I'd also like to first thank our snack sponsor today, Anna Pearson.
We have to. Yeah.
You, excuse me. You have provided us with an incredible snack.
Oh my gosh.
We literally cannot stop eating this.
No, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Really bad. So, thank you, but also not thank you.
Yeah.
Because this is addicting.
Yeah.
But we got snacks today too. So we're going to be just having a little party here on the show. But let's get into it. I want to talk first. Who do you got winning?
I have Zion National Park.
Oh, that's a good one.
Winning. Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I think, there's a couple of reasons I think that's good. One, obviously, it's an amazing national park. It's
Yep.
near and dear to our hearts.
Yep. It's my favorite national park. So.
See, I can't say it's my favorite, but it's up there for sure. And obviously, there's a ton I still got to get to. But Zion's a good one.
Yeah.
But it's not only is it a good one, but it's also a popular one. People fly in from far away just to go to Zion.
Yeah.
And so that one's got a good shot
Yeah.
of getting through all the voting, I think.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know this too, but I used to live 15 minutes outside of Zion National Park.
Really?
Like when I did my driver's ed course in high school, we did the course in Zion National Park. Like it was just right there,
Oh,
like
that's
all
neat.
growing up. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, I grew up in Hurricane. So
Oh, Hurricane.
Hurricane,
Yeah.
not Hurricane.
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zion's a good one. Like I think that one does stand a real chance
Yeah.
at getting through for all the reasons we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. And
Yeah.
for us, that's a close one.
Mhm.
Like it's definitely a favorite of ours because we can go there kind of whenever we want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, you were there. Was it last month?
Month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I looked at the statistics to see how many picks were. You can see like how many people picked certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how many, but oddly enough, I don't think it's all that many.
Yeah.
So like, Zion makes it. You might have a shot at winning the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because like
Good.
you get the points are like scaled up for later rounds. So if you have the champion, like you get like, I think it's like 8 points or 16 points. I forget what it is.
Yeah.
So like you get a significantly more amount of points than if you picked a first round winner.
Mm-hmm.
So Zion makes it.
Yeah.
You have a good shot. Me, on the other hand, I picked Grand Tetons to win.
Which is a great pick.
It is a great pick.
A lot of the same reasons as Zion is a great
A
pick.
lot of the same reasons, but I can tell you at the same time, a lot of other people picked it.
Yeah.
And so if that makes it, that doesn't necessarily help me. I have to win on all the other ones too.
Yeah.
Whereas you could almost win if you just get that one in a way, along with other ones, but like you don't need as much help.
Yeah.
But I would. But yeah, Grand Tetons, same thing. Like beautiful park. Tetons is my number 2 favorite, and we're going to get to my number 1 favorite because they're playing each other first round. But Tetons is a beautiful park. Again, not too far for us either, which is amazing. We can go there kind of whenever we want, even any time of season too, which is great because it's beautiful in winter too.
Yeah, it really
But
is.
it's also a popular one.
Yeah.
Now, I would almost say it's not quite as popular.
Yeah, it's a little bit more out of the way than like Zion.
Yeah,
So-
I don't think it's at like Zion's level,
Mm-hmm.
but like B tier
Yeah.
popularity, I
Mhm.
think, for Tetons
Yeah.
is what I would
Because
estimate.
I think like I kind of like to think about this in like terms of where's the closest airport, and I think the closest airport to Zion is like an hour and a half away.
Well, it's Jackson Hole. It's right outside the park, but yeah.
Wait, there's a big airport in Jackson Hole?
When I went to the Tetons, I don't know, when I was in middle school or something,
Uh-huh.
we flew into Jackson Hole.
What?
I got off the plane, and there were the Tetons.
All right, well that debunks my whole theory then. I
There
didn't
you
know.
go.
I didn't know that was.
I
a
mean, it's
thing.
not a big airport.
Yeah.
But it.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it,
Yeah,
I think
it's an airport right there.
when I've been there, I've seen planes flying across the valley.
Yeah.
So-
Well, you've only been there once, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's you
But
didn't
both-
quite know.
Yeah.
You know,
But
I've been there
that's-
like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
you just have to have the experience and go.
Yeah. Apparently.
But yeah, I think Tetons. I think Zion's path to the championship is easier.
Yeah.
Tetons is definitely not easier.
No.
But if it makes it in, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. Let's branch out. Let's talk Final Four,
Yeah.
because this is another big topic people like to talk about with March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your Final Four?
So I believe I have, and I think I wrote down my things on here, but I have Zion National Park, Teton National Park, Haleakala National Park,
Ooh,
and I believe Death Valley was my fourth one.
that's a good 4.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about this. I'll share mine real quick.
Yeah.
Mine is Tetons, Zion. So
Mhm.
same 2 there coming from the regions. Then I have Arches,
Which is interesting.
and then I have Redwoods.
Which is
So,
also interesting.
yeah. So I got 2 almost like little underdogs in a way.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny. We both have Tetons and Zion.
Yeah.
And again, for a lot of the same reasons. I think we both have Tetons going so far, partly because we're biased.
Yeah.
Like it's in a heavy bracket. So like the region in that bracket is heavy, and we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But like we're biased. Like it's like our favorite.
Yeah.
And so like when it comes up to some of the other big ones, we're gonna push it ahead.
Yeah.
And so We'll see if that one
and
happens.
we'll talk about this later. But there's a reason why Teton, for me at least, beat one of its first round contenders.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we'll
there.
talk about it. But
We'll get there. But yeah, Teton's Zion, we both have. Zion, I feel pretty good about.
Yeah.
In that region. Tetons, we're going to see.
Yeah.
Because that one could go a lot of different ways in that region. But you have Haleakala.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because, one, you've never been.
I've never been.
And like the only thing that you've seen of it is my stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't I haven't posted a bunch. I don't have like great edited photos because I shot basically midday.
Yeah.
So you've only seen the tidbits that I've shown you and from like my vlog of it.
Yeah.
So you're basing everything off of
your experience.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. I was so like when you got back from that trip and you were
I was
talking about
stoked
it.
about
You were pumped about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that just like I was like, this just seems like the greatest park ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to put this up, you know?
Yeah, which is funny because I didn't put it up there.
Yeah.
Now, I think I put it into the Elite Eight, so like right before the Final Four.
Yeah.
I think I have it losing 2 Redwoods, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah.
But like I don't even have Haleakala up, and I've been there and I loved it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going all the way.
You know what's fun? I think I have it actually beating Redwoods. I think that's where they meet up on mine as well.
But it's a great park.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy to like really see everything there. You have to hike a ton. But yeah, it's a good pick.
Yeah.
Now, do I think it's going to make it the Final Four? No,
probably not, because nobody else really like.
Yeah, like no one else. Like you're basing this off of my experience.
Yeah.
And like no one else will.
It's kind of what was the term on that? You said it earlier. It's like
bias?
No, it's an underdog that like.
Oh, dark horse.
A dark horse. Yeah. It's kind of a dark horse.
Yeah, it could be. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But then you also have Death Valley.
Yes.
And I think that's a great pick.
Yeah.
Like I think, and it's another one. It's funny. So you have Zion winning, which not a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
So like that helps you. But you also have Death Valley getting to the Final Four, which again I think a lot of people will not either.
Yeah.
So I think that also helps you.
Yeah.
So like if those things happen, you're in a really good spot to potentially win this, which is cool.
Yeah.
But Death Valley is a good pick.
Yeah. And again, that's a park I haven't been to yet.
Yeah.
And I just like, it's been like at the top of my list.
And to be fair, you've like hardly done Tetons too.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I've hit a lot of the main spots in Tetons, but like, yeah, it was a one, it was like a 2-day trip that we did there, and like that's it. But yeah, Death Valley, it's one of these places, kind of like Haleakala. I've seen a lot of other people's experiences there, a lot of the other photos and stuff that come from it, and I'm just like,
yeah, we see
super cool.
We see Death Valley a lot.
Yeah,
and it does look incredible.
Yeah.
So like that one, I totally understand why you'd want to pick that one, because we definitely will not be the only ones that are impressed by that park who might pick that.
Yeah.
So easily understand the Death Valley pick into the Final Four.
Yeah.
So in that same region where Death Valley is, I picked Arches to make it up there.
Yeah.
And,
which is, I mean, that's a...
And it's funny because I don't really care for Arches.
Yeah. The
only reason I picked Arches to come out of that region was purely a popularity play.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I picked it for.
Which is, I mean, it is smart. Because I'm the same way. Like, if I'm ranking, like, Utah's parks, Arches is not at the top 3.
No.
It's
4. It's a
4
solid 4.
Yeah. And I think you and I have basically the same
same
list,
Yeah.
It's like Bryce, then Arches.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's like, it's hard because, like, I don't like that park, but a lot of other people do. And just like Zion, they come from really far away to go to Arches. So it's like, because I think in a way, well, maybe not, but between Zion, Bryce, and Arches, those are the 3 that people associate with Utah.
Yeah.
They almost never think of Capitol Reef,
and
they don't think much of Canyonlands.
Yeah, no.
It's the other 3.
Canyonlands is always like a bonus to Arches.
Yes.
Like when I went the first time to Moab a couple years ago, like we went to go to Arches, and then it was like, oh, while we're here, we should hit Canyonlands. And then we went to Canyonlands, and we're way more impressed by Canyonlands than we were of Arches. They were like, why don't we just come here the whole time, Like Arches, obviously, the Arches are really cool. And they're, on their own, they're really impressive. And this is obviously a whole other conversation, but it's like there's not that much more to the park that I'm like all that excited about. But Canyonlands, which is funny because I didn't have Canyonlands going very far. So I had them going to like maybe the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but Arches for me, purely a popularity play.
Yeah.
I'm betting that people are going to vote it all the way.
I think they probably will. I think that's smart of you to do that. So
Yeah, it has nothing to do with my love for the park because there's not much.
Mm-hmm.
Just a popularity play. But then the last one that I have that was different than yours is my pick of Redwoods going to
Yeah.
the Final Four.
Yeah.
And to some degree, that is also a popularity play. It's also a very nice park.
Mhm.
I've been there. Very
Same,
cool.
yeah.
I don't have a ton of photos because I was just kind of stopping through.
Yeah.
But I think that's one where like people, for whatever reason, really love the Redwoods.
Yeah.
And like when you think about California, like, oh, did you go to Redwoods? Like it's just one that like people really love.
Yeah.
So I'm betting again that people are going to see that in any matchup and be like, yep, that one's going on.
Yeah.
Until it gets to, I think, Tetons in the bracket in the
Yeah.
Final Four. Then the people are like, can't pick it now.
Yeah. Nope.
But yeah, so that's my Final Four: Redwoods, Arches, and then
Yeah.
Zion Teton, just like you.
Solid options.
I think they're both good Final Fours.
Yeah.
Like I went more the popularity play,
Mhm.
and you went more like the potential like winner
Yeah.
to get it. Because again, if I win, like if those get in, like a lot of people might have those too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really help me.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of Park Madness.
Yeah. It's madness.
Yeah, it's madness. It's crazy. So let's talk really quickly about some of the underdogs that we think could do some damage in people's brackets.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to define this by at least getting to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first one, Gateway Arch. And I know we've joked about this before, but hear me out. Gateway Arch has basically like a first round bye because it's in that bottom right region where the bracket's all wonky because there's only 63 parks and not 64. So it has like a first round bye.
Yeah.
So it's like basically almost like already, and for whatever reason, I almost want to say like a 2 buys.
Yeah.
And so like
It's already
it,
got a
it
little bit of a
literally
jump.
has to win one game
Yeah.
to get into the Sweet 16.
Mhm.
So I'm like, you know what? It's doing it.
Who's that game against?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think
Who-
I have it going against Channel Islands, if I remember correctly.
Maybe that's what.
But it only has to win one game to get to the Sweet 16, and I'm going to take that bet. So I put it in.
It's a brave bet.
I got Gateway Arch going to the Sweet
Oh
16.
boy.
I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I really do.
We'll see.
Yeah. But another underdog, and we can talk about this one. I'll let you start. Is Carlsbad Caverns.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really know much about. And again, a lot of the things. I guess the way that I looked at a lot of these parks when I was picking them was just like how impressive they are to me, more so than like.
Sure. Yeah.
Are they super popular? Are they going to actually win? I just was like, no, I feel like this is better than this one or whatever. In Carlsbad, I feel like has a good chance of going pretty far because I feel like that's kind of a cool little park. Like it's nothing like, it's nothing crazy. It's no Zion. It's no Tetons. But I remember watching Bryce, who checked out. He stopped by Carlsbad on his way back home from, when he was spending some time out here. And I remember watching his stories just being like, what is this place? Like, this is crazy. I had heard of Carlsbad, but I never really, seen that much of it other than just, some pictures and stuff. But it just looks really cool. So I was like, that's going to be my underdog. So,
Yeah. No, I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
And on top of your reasons, I think it's also a good pick because it is, sectioned off in a piece of the bracket where its matchups are very favorable.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't remember who the first round is, but my guess is it's going to win that round.
Yeah.
And then if it wins that round, it's in the second round here. The potential matchups are with another 2 parks that I just don't think are going to win.
Yeah.
So
And that was another
it
factor
almost
to that too.
Yeah. So it seems like it almost has 2 guaranteed wins.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, but I think Carlsbad is also a very good pick.
Yeah.
For an underdog that might disrupt some things
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
Because then maybe people put it through the finals.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Maybe it'll win it all.
It's all madness.
Yep.
Final underdog, and this one you and me both have going relatively far. I know I have it going, I think, to the Elite Eight, and then I have it losing to Arches, I believe. But that is the Everglades.
Yes, I think I have mine going to maybe the Elite Eight. No, at least Sweet 16.
Yeah.
So,
But the Everglades is down in that bottom right bracket. I think it's got to work a little bit through those pre-rounds or whatever that
yeah.
rubbish is. But it has some good matchups that could take it far.
Yeah.
And it's not one of these parks like Zion
Yeah.
or Tetons, Denali. Like,
I've heard a lot of people say they don't like the Everglades very much. So
yeah. And so it's, I mean, I've looked into going to that park and potentially going this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a swamp.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of alligators.
Yeah.
Like, you can go kayaking and stuff among them. Like, how wild would that be?
Yeah.
So, like, I'd be interested to see what people vote Everglades like.
Yeah.
You know, if they push it through. Because if they do, it might beat some parks that people have going pretty far.
Yeah. Potentially. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are good ones for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna move into dark horses.
Yes.
So in this one, these are parks that kind of like how you voted or your bracket.
Mm-hmm.
They're not necessarily underdogs, but they're right in the mix.
Yeah.
And they may very well get bumped up.
Yeah.
And I think the first one that we are going to talk about is Haleakala.
Yeah.
Again, just like what we said earlier, it's a park that, not a ton of people really know about.
Yeah.
But once you see pictures of it.
So this is kind of what I'm betting. So, I mean, I know a lot of people when they were filling out these brackets, they were basing a lot of their opinions on the kind of lesser known parks off of photos that they saw. And Haleakala, like, you never really hear about it. Nobody ever talks about it. But then you look up photos and you're like, what? It's big desert in Hawaii, big volcanoes and stuff. And it's crazy looking. Rainforest, like it's a wild looking park. And so I'm kind of betting on like people doing a little bit of research and like checking out, seeing what some of these places look like. And they're like, oh, what's this Haleakala place? And then they look it up and they're like, oh, I'm picking this.
Yeah. And maybe people see photos, they push it all the way through to the championship and maybe win.
Yeah, maybe.
It'd be interesting to see. But I can confirm it's a wild park.
Yeah.
So the next dark horse we're going to talk about, just like you had picked Haleakala to get into the Final Four, it's one of my Final Four candidates, is Redwoods.
Yeah.
For a lot of the same reasons. I just think there's something about the allure of Redwoods.
Yes.
That people they love it.
Yeah.
And it's not coming from the strongest part of the bracket, so it could very easily get into the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just one good day of votes to get into the championship and one more to potentially win it.
Yeah.
And I think Redwoods seriously has potential to win.
Yeah.
Which I feel pretty good about. I didn't pick them, but I think they have a good case.
It's a place that people really like. So
yeah. We have one more dark horse candidate. And this is a park that is, again, it's not A tier where everyone needs to go, but it may not even be B tier, to be honest. But that's White Sands.
Yeah.
And the reason White Sands feels like a dark horse is because, like you had said, when you see photos of that, you're like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things, it takes a couple good days getting votes, and you might see White Sands getting into the Final Four, the championship, what have you.
Yeah. I think I had White Sands going not Final Four, but maybe the top 8.
Yeah, I had a couple wins there for it, so I think it's got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And again, I just think people are going to vote for that one.
I think they will too. So
yeah. So, but we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, actually, before we do that, let's reset cameras real quick. Okay. Let's talk about parks that we just could not put past into the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Just couldn't get them in there.
Yeah.
And for you, one of those was Canyonlands.
Yeah. Well, actually, I had 2.
Yeah.
Canyonlands was one of them. Canyonlands and Yosemite were mine.
Yosemite's a tough one.
Yosemite
to
was
say no to.
Yes. Yeah. Yosemite was going up against Tetons. I don't. Did you have a similar?
I think that was the Elite Eight. So yes, I
Yeah.
believe I had that matchup as
So
well.
we both had that.
and we
yeah.
picked Tetons. Yep.
So I'll talk about Canyonlands. I believe Canyonlands was going up against Zion,
that sounds
I
right.
think. And so Zion is my favorite park of
All
out
time?
of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have Canyonlands after that. And so it's just kind of how it is. I favor Zion, and there's also the popularity thing. People like Zion a lot more than they like Canyonlands, just based on where people go.
Yeah. It's true.
And also Canyonlands has Mesa Arch, so that one already gives it an
Yeah,
L.
that one's
so,
down.
But
And I feel that with Canyonlands too. It's like I like the park a lot,
I love it.
but like I couldn't put it ahead of others.
Yeah.
Just couldn't.
Yep.
But Yosemite, same way. It's like, how do you say no to that one?
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, that one has a lot of championship votes.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people pick that one.
Yeah.
To go all the way.
And this is hard too because neither you or I have been to Yosemite ourselves.
No. But
So,
we're basing it off of everyone else's experience, and we're like, yep,
yeah,
that's a big dog.
yeah. That is
That's got to be a favorite.
it's one of the most impressive parks
Yeah.
in the entire country.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, same way. I just couldn't put it up there.
Yeah.
Been to the Tetons too many times to say no to the Tetons.
yeah.
They have my heart.
And maybe honestly, if maybe a year from now, after we've gone to Yosemite and we do this,
Maybe it
next year,
changes.
next season, maybe
Yeah.
we'll push Yosemite past Tetons. So,
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
But for me, one of the parks that I just could not put ahead was Death Valley.
Yeah.
Again, we haven't been there. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I just think that, like, as cool as it looks, not enough people actually get there that are going to vote for it.
Yeah.
And I, in particular, had it going up against Arches.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nope, I think people are going to vote for Arches.
Yeah.
Which was tough because I'd rather have Death Valley there, but I don't think it's going to win.
Yeah.
So just couldn't put it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are teams that we thought that just couldn't get there.
Yep.
It's hard to pick up.
They were close, but not quite.
Right. So we are going to go into our last little segment here, talking about Park Madness. And this is probably the most heated complaint that we've had.
This is the one that people have commented on. The
Oh,
most.
yeah. We got a lot of comments about this.
Yeah.
And that is the superiority of the top left region
Yeah.
in the bracket.
There's some matchups in there.
There's a lot of big dogs.
Yeah.
And
Which that's bound to happen.
yeah,
But-
and just so everyone knows, this was randomized.
Yeah.
We
didn't
did
do
not
this on
manually
purpose.
put these parks there.
Yeah.
But like if you look at that top left bracket, it is loaded.
Yeah.
With what should all be basically one seeds if
Yeah.
it were possible.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's Glacier and Tetons
yeah.
up against each other. How do you pick between that?
Well, listen, so I have it written here. So of the 16 parks that are in that region,
Mhm.
there's 9 of these. And again, this is only 9 that would be like one seeds, but the other ones that like they're playing are no slouches. There maybe is like one slouch
Mhm.
in that part of the bracket. But you have Yellowstone, Rainier,
Oh.
Cascades, Smokies, Glacier, Tetons, Yosemite, Olympic, and if I can read my handwriting, the Rocky Mountains.
Dude,
Like, how do you pick one of those teams?
You can't.
Yeah, one of those parks to go all the way.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, they're all going to play each other.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't work. I mean, like you mentioned, we have, again, randomized, but Glacier and Tetons are playing each other in the first round.
Yeah.
That's literally my number 1 and number 2 favorite parks.
Yeah.
Going up against each
And
other right
Glacier's
away.
your number 1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so you're making me pick between my top 2 favorites right away?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
It's not
Like,
fun at
guys,
all.
I'm upset about that too.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, I'd have both of them in the championship.
Yeah.
But I can't.
There were a bunch of parks in that little roundup that I was like, those all could go Final Four.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that section was loaded
Yeah.
with parks that realistically, in a different situation, could all make it to the end.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you possibly, get this part of the bracket right?
Yeah. No.
I mean, Glacier Teton's just the perfect example because they're playing each other round 1. But that's going to ruin some brackets right away.
Yeah.
I mean, if Glacier wins that, my champion's gone.
Yep.
After round 1.
Yep.
And it's not like in March Madness where the 16 seed upsets the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is basically a 1A and a 1B seed playing each other.
Yeah.
Right away. Like, it's just not fair.
Yeah.
But that adds to the excitement of Park Madness.
That's what makes this so fun.
Oh,
and
yeah.
mad.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be amazing. So we're stoked for this, you know? It's going to be a lot of fun. You know, we're going to try to do this every year now.
Yeah.
It'll be our thing.
Yeah.
And we hope you continue to play with us year after year. This year we had this idea just a little bit too late to do a little bit more with it like we wanted. But next year with a little bit more planning, it's going to be a little better. Yeah. So it'll be fun to get through it this first time and then revamp it a little bit for next year. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm pumped for us for everything to start. So
yeah. So Park Madness has officially begun.
Yep.
Make sure you are following us on Instagram because all of the voting is going to take place on our Instagram stories.
Yes.
So now that the voting has started, go to our Instagram stories. We will have a slide for every matchup that is going on with a poll where you can vote for which park you think should win. And at the end of the day, the park that has the most votes will win and move on to the next round. So all of the winning is determined by you, the voters at home. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to see a Cinderella story happen with Gateway Arch or Hot Springs National Park getting through, I think that's the one that's in the Goliath of the bracket.
Yeah.
If you think Hot Springs National Park can take down Yellowstone, Rainier, Cascades, Smokies, Glacier, Tetons, Yosemite, Olympic, and the Rockies, plus a couple Alaska parks. I mean, there's literally every major park that looks amazing and awesome, and then Hot Springs.
Yeah.
But
I think there's a chance.
I think it's got a chance.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow us there. Go vote for all the matchups so you can see who's going to end up taking this thing home.
Yeah. May the best park win.
May the best park win.
Or the worst.
Or the worst. You know, Gateway Arch could win.
Yeah, it could.
That's all up to you guys. So we'll see what happens.
It's going to be exciting.
But make sure you go follow us on our podcast channels. We're on all major channels that you can find us there. We're also obviously on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so all of our new stuff comes out. And also like this video, you know, if you thought it was fun and exciting. And let us know in the comments what you think we should do next year to improve this. Yeah. Because that would be a lot of fun. We have a bunch of ideas, but if there's things that you guys want to see next year, let us know. Yeah. Because we will kind of want to make this a priority a little bit. So let us know what you guys think. Yeah. So
the response so far for this year has been
really,
awesome.
really good.
It's been really fun.
Yeah.
So.
And we want to make it better.
Yeah.
So let us know. All righty, guys. We're going to talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.